So at the time I'm making this video, we're already 6 months through 2025. And bro, that is so crazy because I that didn't make no sense, bro. I turned 21 in April of this year, and it's like I've only been 21 for about 2 months. And the weird thing is, it feels like that's when the year really started when I turned 21, not like back in December when we went from 2024 to 2025. And I think weirdly enough, it's for like that reason that I just feel like time didn't really move because it's like, oh, I just turned 21. So like now my 21th year of this life has just started. But like in terms of the year itself, we're already 6 months through. And that is just like so crazy. Now, honestly, I wish I could tell you I've been doing some pretty insane stuff for the past 6 months that have given me this crazy character development and these awesome stories to come back and tell you, but I haven't. To be honest with you, man, I haven't. I haven't really done much in the past 6 months in my own personal life that would make me come on and feel compelled to make a video about all the crazy stuff I've done this year and really kind of give you this insane, like, yeah, man, this you're finna be a movie. I'm finna do all these crazy things. Like, I haven't really done much, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And I wanted to kind of make this video to reflect on that because I think that's why this year hasn't really felt that eventful because I haven't really been taking actionable steps to get myself closer to where I want to be and put myself in positions that way I can come back and tell you guys some of the stuff I've done. But I've been creating videos on social media for the past 2.5 years now, right? And it's kind of crazy because in the time span I've been making videos, I feel like I haven't really seen any insane monumental growth or development that would make me really want to sit down and be like, yeah, man, I'm really doing this thing. Like, I'm really, taking this up a notch. And I think the reason for that is because I've never been one to put myself in situations where growth was the only option, right? Now, it's one of those things that I've kind of had to come to a conclusion of for the past few months because I've been kind of battling between my own internal, like mental state of just understanding that my life isn't where I want it to be. And a lot of people like to try to outsource the blame as to why that's the case. Like they'll be like, oh man, well, I grew up like this, I had that. I've been someone who just more or less kind of accepts the fact that I am in the position I'm in not only for the decisions that I chose to make, but also for the decisions that I did not make, right? And it's a hard reality to come to. Like, nobody wants to really talk bad about themselves, especially on camera. Like, I know that's kind of like something most people never really want to say or do. And I have no issue doing it anymore, to be honest. I may have had an issue a few years prior because it was like this really big thing, but I kind of don't care anymore. I kind of understand that, and I kind of mentioned this in the previous video I made, that my content was meant to be serving me in two different ways. It was meant to document my journey and progression through life and the things I'm learning and how I'm kind of turning into the person I want to become, but also to share the lessons that I'm learning as I go about that journey. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm just 100% comfortable with being a lot more transparent. Not to the point where like every single little minute detail about me, but you have a pretty good broad idea of who I am from my videos. And the reason I'm so comfortable with that now is because I've kind of accepted the fact that if I really want to grow on social media, if I want to grow the community that is going to be consistently tuning into my content and everything I'm doing, I have to be willing to be transparent with you guys. That's the reality of it. For some people, that's just not something they're willing to do to grow the audience and the community that they want. But at this point, I know how powerful it is to say that you can understand, relate to, and just kind of feel like you're on the same page as a creator. And if I can do that for you guys as the audience, I get exactly what I want, which is a community that we are allowed to, you guys support everything that I do. We can grow and learn from each other. But I also give you that access to me that I feel like a lot of people really want as a creator. Like, I want this camera, like this, even though this is an iPhone 11, this camera to feel like you're not really like watching a performative act every time I press record. I want this to feel like it's just me, like talking into the camera. I just so happen to vlog everything I'm trying to do and document my thoughts and share with you guys stuff I'm learning and growing with. But I don't want this to feel like a job because if it felt like a job, why would I even do it in the first place? Right? I mean, yes, besides the fact that it could be a job. Um but it's more or less the idea that I can actually enjoy creating content, and I wouldn't feel this need to like be so performative every time I press record. Like, I'm a very multi-layered person. I have a lot of different interests. Like, I'm sure many of you guys are. You're not just a one-trick pony. You do a lot of different things. There are a lot of different components that make up who you are. And I feel like this there was always this feeling that I had to kind of like suppress some of that with my videos because I feel like I wasn't able to really get the point across of what I was trying to create content about. But it really doesn't matter. If you really want to create content, if you want this to be something that you actually do long term, you have to be willing to sit there and just be you on camera. It's a hard thing to do. You know, we as people, we always face criticism. We always face, outside opinions, judgment. And I know a lot of times for many of us, especially if you're young, it feels like one of the hardest things to do on earth is just to get hit with nothing but like criticism and people telling you that they don't like this about you, they don't like that about you. But if you can get past that and you're just able to press record and do whatever you want to do, even if you don't make content, whatever you want to do. You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to, learn a high income skill and make money from that, you want to just live life, whatever you want to do, if you can get past other people's opinions, you can do whatever you want, right? I feel like I'm tangenting off way past like the whole video title, which was like about 6 months left of the year. I want to use the next 6 months in terms of content, in terms of my life, to really go all in and help you guys understand who I am as a person, right? I want to be more intentional about taking you guys through the journey of life that I wanted to take you guys on when I first started making this channel, when I first started making these videos. And I know that a lot of times it's hard to like, really open up and let people into your life, especially when you may be going through a specific season where it's very hard to even want to share anything you're doing. But I at least want to give you a glimpse as to who I am and more or less what I'm trying to do and what I'd like to do more of. Something I feel like I really didn't do a good job of for the past few years when I was making videos. And it's something I just want to really hone in on because I know that's what it takes to build the community that I want and to be the creator that I'm sure many of you guys would like to see more of. So, with all that being said, this video was essentially it went from me talking about the last 6 months to me kind of talking about like my life in general, but I want to give you guys a lot more of me in the way that I'm sure many of you guys want to see, not only from me, obviously, I'm not that special, but from just other creators that you watch. There's probably people that you want to watch more of because of who they are on camera. And I feel like I really want to be able to show you guys that and not be scared to show you that because that's what really builds everything I want to build. Like that's what gives that feeling that you're talking to somebody, that you're really sitting there and just tuning into another video. Like, I don't want you to be like, oh man, I'm watching this YouTuber. I want it to be like, man, MD Styles just uploaded or Miles just uploaded. Let me go tune in with that. Let me go check what that's out about. What that's at about? That's not even a word. Um, but you know what I mean. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, consider giving it a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And comment down below any questions you guys may have. With all that being said, I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.